2 NHL bets that you will not want to miss out on for Friday night. Guys, welcome to the pre-scout. We're giving out 2 picks tonight for Friday night, Freaky Friday action in the NHL. As you guys know, Saturday's the big day in the NHL, but Friday there's always money to be made, so we'll try and do that here with 2 picks. I'll tell you what, thank you to all of you that used my promo code I gave you yesterday for my 5% NFL play. The NFL plays going very, very well right now. I know it's an NHL show, but the 5% play, Woody Marks over on his rushing yards gets there. And also the NHL comeback is going pretty well. Past few weeks, we're doing damage. Number 1 last 7 days on the ice with NHL plays. Diving into our first game, let's take a look at the Hawks and the Sabres in this one here. Hawks second half of a back-to-back. They did play against the Seattle Kraken. Now, looking at this Sabres team, their last game was against the Calgary Flames on Wednesday. And man, did they get their asses kicked. They were favorites. They were decent-sized favorites, and they got their asses kicked. That was shocking to see. But now they find themselves as decent-sized favorites once again. So although they're at the bottom of the Atlantic Division, although this team is not reaching any expectations or improving really whatsoever on last year, this Buffalo Sabres team finds themselves as big favorites once again. Now, I had the Kraken yesterday. They were down in the game. They did come back. I was happy to see it. And now Chicago finds themselves second half of back-to-back. So when you look at this particular situation, it's usually a fade. But instead of looking for the fade, I'm going to look for the first period over 1.5 goals here, guys. And, you know, I've been trying to pick my spots with the first period plays, pick my spots with the first period puck lines and totals. But this, to me, seems like a really good spot here. Buffalo, not going to be happy. They played a game on Wednesday, as I mentioned, giving up 6 against one of the worst offensive teams in the league, the Calgary Flames. That's not acceptable, right? And they're going to be really motivated, really angered, and really excited to get back on track. They're playing this game at home where they do have better offensive numbers. And the Hawks, of course, traveling here, second half of back-to-back. Connor Bedard takes an unsportsmanlike penalty at the end of the game after he thought that he was hooked or slashed, didn't get the call, and then, of course, they end up giving up a goal. So it's tough. It's tough for this Hawks team, but second half of back-to-back should be some fatigue there and some defensive issues, but I still have faith in their offense. They do have a lot of talented offensive players, so we'll take the over in the first period when it comes to Chicago and Buffalo. And I'll tell you what, we've got some talented teams offensively, but defensively, the numbers aren't really good for these two teams. And also, when it comes to this Sabres team, they were flat against the Flames in their last game, but before that, they put up 5 against the Oilers and 5 against the Red Wings. So this is a team that still does have some offensive chemistry right now, and a team that we can probably trust to at least get some goals for us in the first 20 minutes here on a Friday night. Guys, I'm going to have a big Saturday show, our Friday night show for Saturday. And that one will be live at 10 p.m. Eastern. You guys can catch myself and Brian Leonard diving in, going through every game on the board for Saturday. It's always a fun time. We'll have some great promo codes and specials and all that good stuff for you guys as well. Speaking of which, guys, we did cash that 5% play, as I mentioned. This is about as good as it's going to get if you're interested in jumping on board. WagerTalk made this here for me, and you can get $500 off a 1-year pass. Look, guys, if you're betting every day, if you're buying picks at WagerTalk, forget about just buying picks each day, all right? Look for the long term. This is going to be a $500 off a 1 year, $125 a month, and inside this special, when you purchase this, you're going to get a 25% bonus coupon. I'm talking MLB, CFL, a little bit of UFC sprinkled in, NHL. We've got, of course, NFL player props on a really good plus 38 unit run. There's all kinds of stuff worth buying with this play. So if you guys want to get this package, let me know. Message me at McGinnis Picks below. You can see it, or go to my page, wt.buzz/am, and hop on board with me with this package. $500 off a 1-year pass. Ride with me for the full year, guys. Forget about 7 days. Forget about 30 days. Hop on board for the full year. All right, let's get to the next game we're going to break down here. The Bruins and the Kings. Now, I know people are very impressed with this Boston Bruins team and what they've done so far this season. More importantly, I'm impressed with a guy like Morgan Geekie. I don't know how he is up there with guys like Nathan McKinnon as far as the goal scoring leaders, but he is, and he's been very good. But when it comes down to it, I think that this Bruins team is going to start to slow down a little bit. And one of the biggest reasons being, and I've talked about this on Puck Time, talked about it on different shows, is that the Bruins overall have relied heavily on goaltending. Jeremy Swayman is the number 6 goalie in the league in goals saved above expected. And I cashed a ticket with the Anaheim Ducks team total over against the Boston Bruins. And I plan on doing the exact same thing in this game with the LA Kings over 3.5 with their team total. Now, the Kings were on a road trip. Kings were traveling around a little bit. They've been home. They've been away. Could be some fatigue for them, but this is a Bruins team without Charlie McAvoy, without some key offensive players, and they rely a lot on their goaltending here, guys. So this is an LA Kings team that has really, really pretty good hidden underlying offensive metrics. You've got guys like Kempe. You've got guys like Fiala, Byfield, Trevor Moore. We can't forget about Anze Kopitar. These guys are firing right now, and it used to be a Kings team that was better on the road versus at home, but this year they've done pretty well at home, especially with their goal scoring ability. So if you guys can shop around with your sports books, and if you guys can get a plus 105, plus 110, some books I saw actually a plus 115 last night. That might be gone now, but I do like the Kings plus 115 team total over 3.5 goals. If you guys are still with me in this video, I'll throw in a few props for you. We're going to look at Philip Deneau assist. You should get a really, really good price on that. I'm looking at around plus 145, 150. And we're looking at Trevor Moore over 2.5 shots on goal. Not 1.5 with the high juice. Over 2.5. You should get a really good price on that as well. All right, guys, that will do it for the show here. That will do it for the pre-scout. We're going to have a long edition of the pre-scout here coming up Friday night, talking about Saturday's games. Make sure you tune in. But guys, shorter episode here, longer episode coming next time. Hit the like button, and thanks to all of you guys that commented on the last video. We cashed the Wild at plus 150. We cashed the Kraken last night, kind of a contrarian play. So it's going pretty well on this show. Sometimes it's going to be short recording. Sometimes we're going to go on for a little bit longer. Thanks so much for watching, guys. And once again, if any of you guys are interested in joining me for the full year, take $500 off a 1-year pass, just $125 a month. Plus inside, you get a 25% bonus coupon. Look, I don't like to be salesy. I don't like to come on here and try and convince you guys to ride with me. I'm just letting you guys know right now, NHL number 1 last 7 days. NFL props, we're doing extremely well. We're in the top 5 or 10, I believe, in NFL at WagerTalk this year. Plus 38 unit run with the player props. So I'm looking forward to a really, really good run. Number 1 in the CFL this past summer. MLB was number 4. If you guys want to jump in, get on board with me. You're saving a ton of money with a long-term package. That will do it for the pre-scout. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I'll see you next time right here on WagerTalk TV.